Hey, it's your boy, Sergeant Hooked on Heroes. Hitting you with a brand spanking new part to the series here for Power Month. The most badass moments in Power Rangers, in my opinion. As I said in previous videos, this is purely just my own opinion, so if you have your own badass moments for the season we're talking about, which today will be Beast Morphers, let me know in the comments below. Love to hear the conversation starting. Comments going back and forth. I love to kind of see the community kind of talk a little bit, as small as we are, comparatively. So like I said, opinion is opinion. Everybody's got one, just like a butthole. Power Rangers Beast Morphers. This was the first of the Hasbro era, if you will. Technically, Saban sort of still had its fingers in the pie at least the beginning of season 1 of Beast Morphers. It got better as they had less control, I will say. I do think Dino Fury is a bit of a step up from that, even in my opinion, but I don't think that Beast Morphers is a bad season by any means. As far as badass moments, I will say in season 1, I really enjoyed the unique way that they introduced Gold and Silver. I really enjoy Nate and Steel as characters for the most part. Not really happy with some things that happen near the end of the season with what Steel becomes. Series, not season. But his introduction was great. The plot of the episode was great. He had been taken, hostage, and they were making him, basically make Steel into a vessel for Evox. And the whole time the team is trying to find him, and they keep getting misled and trying to figure things out and whatever. And that's one thing that I think is kind of hurts the series a little bit, is that even though a lot of their gear is very spy-oriented or detective-oriented almost, they don't do enough. There's a few episodes where it's like, oh wow, they're doing some detective work or spy work, but then they don't. And I really wish they would have done more with that, but that's like another point for another day. But this is a really good episode. Like I said, our main team is, Red, Blue, and Yellow are trying to find him, are having trouble, and then he eventually, on his own, tricks Cybervillain Blaze and Roxy into basically letting him create the powers for himself and for Steel. Ends up giving himself clearly the gold powers and the silver to Steel, and we get his debut morph and even fight a little bit as well. I will say that the footage of Beat Buster and Beat J Stag and of Gold and Silver from the Sentai doesn't quite match up with Nate and Steel, because Nate's not nearly as get out of my way, you bumbling idiot, to Steel as Makoto, is that what his name was? Whatever his name was in Go Busters, where the Silver and that was kind of a bit of an idiot. Steel has that kind of personality to him, but Nate's a little softer personality-wise comparatively. But it's a really good debut episode, I think, for a 6th Ranger or an extra new Ranger on the team. I like that they kept the Morphin Blaster for his changer, his Morpher. I think that was good. Even though it never got a good toy, but it was a really cool moment seeing him finally have his moment to fight and to be part of the team, and be able to morph and all of that was really cool. You could tell it was something he'd wanted to do for quite a while. Besides that, in season 2, my favorite was probably the first part of the crossover that leads into is it Dimensions in Danger? Is that what that was called? Dimensions in Danger, or what is it called? Or the Grid, whatever the crossover is, where it has the 3 Dino teams together. The best part of it to me was the Dino Charge Beast Morphers team up. I thought that was really cool. Something I didn't think we would ever see. I think it was really interesting that we saw that. I think it's interesting that we didn't get anything with Ninja Steel and them teaming up. I mean, we hadn't gotten a proper team up between the current team and the previous year's team in a long time. But to actually see even 2 seasons back team come in and, fight with this team and even get to morph again and all that was really cool. I really liked the plot of it. I liked the whole thing with Keeper and the control necklace things or whatever. I do think that Zoe was a bit of an idiot, just thinking, oh, he's an alien, he must be evil, and putting one on him, not even thinking to ask him or talk to him. Maybe he's intelligent. But it's a pretty cool crossover thing to see the team come back. Most of the actors come back for it, stepping right back into the shoes of the characters they were playing. and being able to, team up with the characters from Beast Morphers, and fight off against at least some of their villains from Dino Charge again was really cool. It was a really cool team up crossover. I really like the fight choreography, the morph, being able to hear them, say, Dino Charge, you're ready, and all that, because Dino Charge is one of my favorite seasons, alongside clearly Kyoryuger, I'm a huge fan of, but Dino Charge was actually pretty decent overall. But yeah, so those would be my badass moments in Beast Morphers overall. I think overall I enjoyed the season. I think it was a decent first, attempt by Hasbro to do what they could to make a new season of Power Rangers. Yeah, most of it was mostly ideas and things given by Saban. But near the end of it started becoming more their own thing, especially the things near the end where they connect it to RPM as like a sequel to RPM. And it having like the Ranger Vault, where we find out they've been contacting like other Ranger, universes and Ranger teams, and we have some of their weapons. They base their tech at Grid Battle Force off of previous Ranger tech, is genius. I think that's really awesome. So overall, I really enjoyed Beast Morphers. But those are the two moments that two moments that stuck out to me as awesome moments, badass moments, if you will. But let me know in the comments, what did you guys think of Beast Morphers, and what were your favorite, most badass, awesome moments, exciting moments, if you will, in the season? Maybe completely different from what I thought it was. Yeah, so like I said, the whole setup with these is I'm going to pretty much each day or so try and put out a video or two talking about the seasons and the moments I liked. The ones that have like a season 1 and season 2, like Beast Morphers and Dino Fury, or like when it did Super, so like Megaforce, Super Megaforce, Dino Charge, Dino Supercharge, will get 2 moments basically from that show instead of just 1. And then once we get to the more traditional seasons of Power Rangers where there wasn't a super season, then it would be just pretty much one badass moment in the whole season that like stood out the most to me. Again, just kind of my own little idea I came up with, a very simple thing, but an idea I came up with for Power Month to have some kind of content related to Power Month in general. I've always really enjoyed Power Rangers. Clearly, I wouldn't be a Toku fan if I didn't have Power Rangers first. A lot of us wouldn't. Yeah, really excited to put out the content and see what you guys think about it. If you guys have other ideas, other seasons you want me to talk about more in depth, or concepts, weapons, mecha, anything like that, let me know in the comments. If you guys have some other Ranger related stuff you'd like me to discuss, I would be totally open to doing that. But yeah, so that'll be the end of this one for Power Rangers Beast Morphers, the most badass moments in my opinion. But as always, stay hooked on heroes. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.